I'd been backpacking across Europe for a month, and honestly, I was exhausted. My budget was stretched thin, so when I found this old hostel online for a ridiculously cheap price, I booked it without a second thought. The pictures looked a bit dated, but it seemed to have character. When I finally arrived, lugging my heavy backpack down a narrow, cobblestone alley, the building loomed over me. It was much older and more dilapidated than the photos suggested. The sign, creaking in the wind, simply read "The Traveler's Rest." The door groaned open into a dimly lit lobby that smelled of dust and something else. Something metallic and sweet. A gaunt man with unnervingly pale skin stood behind the reception desk. He didn't say a word, just stared at me with wide, unblinking eyes. I gave him my name, and he slowly pushed a tarnished brass key across the counter. His fingernails were long and yellowed. "Room 3B, he rasped, his voice like gravel. "Your roommate is already here." The way he said roommate sent a shiver down my spine. I climbed the creaking staircase to the 3rd floor. The hallway was lined with peeling wallpaper and portraits of grim-faced people whose eyes seemed to follow me. I found room 3B and unlocked the door. Inside, a young guy about my age was huddled on the far bunk, his knees pulled to his chest. He jumped when I walked in. "Oh, hi," he stammered, not making eye contact. "I'm Leo." He looked terrified, his face pale and slick with sweat. I tried to make small talk, but he just gave one-word answers, his eyes darting towards the door every few seconds. Something was very wrong here. I needed a shower after the long journey. The communal bathroom was at the end of the hall. The air was thick with steam and that same sweet, metallic smell from the lobby, only stronger. I stepped into a shower stall, the curtains stained with dark, reddish-brown blotches. As the water ran, I heard noises from the other stalls. Not the usual sounds of showering, but a strange, rhythmic scraping. And then, a low, guttural chanting started, a chorus of hoarse voices from all around me. I turned off the water, my heart pounding in my chest. Peeking through a gap in the curtain, I saw shadows moving, contorting in unnatural ways behind the other shower curtains. I scrambled back to my room, soaked and shaking. Leo was gone. His backpack and all his things were still on his bed, but he had vanished. I locked the door and pushed my bed against it. The chanting from the bathroom had stopped, but now I could hear scraping sounds outside my door, getting closer and closer. Scratch, scratch, drag. Then, a key slid into the lock. The doorknobs started to turn slowly. The bed I'd pushed against it began to shudder as something immensely strong pushed from the other side. The wood of the door started to splinter. I looked around the room, frantic for an escape. The window. It was my only chance. I threw it open and looked down. 3 stories. It was too high to jump. But there was a thick, gnarled ivy vine clinging to the ancient brickwork. As the door to my room burst open, revealing the gaunt receptionist and other shadowy figures with gleaming eyes, I didn't hesitate. I swung out the window, my hands grabbing desperately at the rough vine. I didn't look back. I just climbed down as fast as I could, the sounds of their guttural cries echoing from the room above. I hit the ground, stumbled, and ran. I ran without stopping, not daring to look behind me, leaving the cursed hostel and whatever was inside far behind in the darkness. never got my backpack back, and I never, ever looked up a cheap hostel online again.